Hey, we're getting ready to hop up to the house real quick and do a little bit of painting, but I found out what happened out here and how my field ended up so chewed up. One of my neighbors stopped me when I was on my way in the other day, let me know that it was a hotshot trucker who apparently their GPS led them the wrong way, took them up this road to a dead end, and you wouldn't be able to go any further anyway because you'd be going over top of the mountain. He had a dually, a 40-foot gooseneck trailer loaded with pipe, and he was stuck. So he came back here, and I guess this looked like the best place for him to turn around, and he wasn't very good at it. He must have taken him a lot of attempts. Neighbor said it made him 3 hours late for work because it took the guy so long to back down to this point, and it took him a long time to get out of the road and turned around. Now, that doesn't do me much good. It's nice to know that somebody wasn't maliciously tearing my stuff up. They still tore my stuff up and just jetted. So we're still going to put a fence up here. That's the plan, and change it just a little bit so that nobody else can come in and do something like that. Well, we've used up most of the daylight that we had up here. I went ahead and caulked everything, and there wasn't enough time to think about painting it. I'll probably come up here tomorrow or the next night and paint it. But you can look at it and see. I got one problem I got to take care of. When I put that panel up, that small panel up at the top of that window, I knew that the gap was too big. I think I was just getting tired, but I got a little bit lazy, and the gap on the edge of it is about ½ inch, and that's just, there's no way I can have an expectation that that's going to keep the weather out and off the wall. And I think we've worked too hard so far for me to start mailing it in now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this right. I'm gonna get up there and bust that panel off of there and see if I can get the nails out. I didn't expect it to go that well. When I put it up there, I only put nails on the edges. I didn't put a nail in the middle. As soon as I started putting it up there, I knew it was wrong. So I've already cut the piece for it, but it's going to be dark here in the next 15 minutes. I'm not going to drag the compressor and generator out. I'll do that tomorrow. Well, I'm getting ready to go up here and do a little bit of painting. I think I've got about an hour and some change, and I can probably get a coat of paint on the wall. But as I was driving by, I saw one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen, and I thought I would share it. That is the labor of love / albatross around the neck. That is the beauty of an apple tree. And it smells amazing. These are Hughes crab apple trees. Someday, the plan is we're gonna get apples off these trees and make hard cider. That's what we're fighting for. We just didn't know the order in which we needed to do things, and sometimes it feels like maybe we took on a tad more at one time than we should have. But that got us up here. That's what got us started. These trees are 4 years old now. So this will be the 5th year. We're hopeful. We're definitely hopeful. Well, I gotta shift my plan just a little bit. I was all gung-ho to jump up here and nail that piece in. Problem is, yesterday I should have painted the edges. You have to paint the cut edges. So I'm gonna paint the cut edges on this piece, give it time to dry, and while it's drying, I'm gonna start on that side and start getting a coat of paint on here. If I can make it halfway across today, That'd be quite a victory. That way I can get the other half up here tomorrow before the rains come on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Get this mixed up. Alrighty. Now we stirred it up real good yesterday, so it shouldn't have separated much since then, but I want to give it every opportunity for success. Ooh, dripping. Don't want to drip. I'll need a longer stick, I know that. When I was a child, I wanted to be an artist like my grandfather. He wasn't a professional artist, but we had several of his oil paintings hanging in our house, and I was always amazed that he could absolutely capture the beauty of a field or a farmhouse, and I never progressed past the mastery of stick figures. When I was in college, I had a summer job painting houses. The painter I worked for specialized in houses that were from the turn of the century. As such, they needed a lot of work, scraping and priming and sometimes patching with body putty before they were painted with oil-based paints. I had a full head of hair, and I hated having to rub baby oil into my hair to get the paint out once or twice a week. Without realizing it, I was learning a skill that I would utilize a dozen times over in my life. Like most people, I've painted rooms in preparation for a child that was going to be coming soon. I've freshened up houses that we were trying to sell, and I've tried to touch up some ugly apartments that I lived in to make them feel like something resembling a home. I even made the mistake when I was in the Army of speaking up when I heard the chief warrant officer talking about painting some of our comm vans. I painted 3 vans before they were done with me. The first known evidence of paint was found in the Blombos Caves in South Africa. An ochre-based mixture was dated to 100,000 years old, and a stone toolkit used to grind ochre into paint was found to be 70,000 years old. The first paint mill in America was founded in Boston in 1700, and it wasn't until 1867 that the first ready-mixed paints in the United States were patented in Ohio. Materials that we use will change, but I'm sure that 100 years from now, someone will still be painting or repainting their home, just like we've been doing for centuries. Well, I surely did not think I was going to be able to do the whole wall. Now it's just first coat, but the point of it all is to get a coat of paint on there and get it watertight. And that is what I did. Now, right there you can see where I did not paint, and up top you can see where I left it open, and that's because I didn't caulk that joint until today, and I didn't put that piece up there until tonight, and then I caulked it. And I want to give it plenty of time to dry before I paint it. I'll be back here tomorrow, and I'll probably be working on a second coat all the way around the stuff we've already done. I don't know how many coats it's going to take. Hopefully 2 will be good, but it could be 3. It's paint, so I want to put it on. I want it to look good. Now what that does is, yeah, you can see we've got to repaint the foundation, but we'll come back and we'll repaint the foundation. That was something we pretty much knew we were going to have to do anyway. We put 2 coats of elastomeric paint on there when we put the French drain in, and it's been like that for over a year. Actually, that was 2017, so it's been there with the dirt splashing up on it since then. So we'll come through, scrub it down a little bit. The grass has started to take off here, so we'll figure out a game plan when we come through and do that, but we'll get it the way it needs to be. I'm gonna knock off for the night and I'll catch up with you guys next time.